Howdy there, boys and girls. Welcome back for game number 2 between NSD FoJ and Energy Esports. My name is Noxville. Joining me in a few seconds is going to be DeMoNiK. Just popped off for a second to the bathroom, but this is game number 2 of a best of 3 series between Energy Esports and FoJ. The score is currently 1-0 to NSD, and after a very, very convincing victory in game number 1, we saw some nice players from Energy, but just it wasn't enough really. Their tri lane broke down. They kind of did okay mid. They lost their top lane, and it was just, you know, from the outset it looked like an uphill battle for them. This is game number 2 though, and with the slate really clean in this regard, we're going to be seeing bans coming out. Batrider and Invoker off the bat. Excuse horrible pun. And also that Nyx Assassin. So just very popular.
Team ban.
With the Podem ban, I think that's Invoker, Batrider, Nyx are like 1, 2, and 3 in terms of most picked heroes in the last month of competitive Dota worldwide. So the respect ban Podem is the unexpected one, and also the one which huge respect for Raping Ninja, who played so effectively in the last game. What are your thoughts about this game, DeMoNiK?
Oh yeah, well I believe that Raping Ninja didn't die the whole of the last game. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he had the Aegis. I don't think he took it, or he may have taken one day.
5 seconds remaining.
But he played an outstanding game with that Podem, so there's no surprise that Energy Esports are not interested in facing that in game 2. They are also going to take out the Invoker just to make sure that no one gets to play that. We're going to see an Ember Spirit first pick from NSD.
Ember Spirit is absolutely huge. It's one of those heroes which you just see banned much more often than you see picked.
Team pick.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit off. The Ancient Apparition is actually at number 1 in terms of most picked or banned. So that's the... Podem actually not that far off the top, I think, in position 7 or 8. But we'll have to see how this game is going to go. Viper have picked up here. I think that's going to be a Dota Reno hero for the mid lane.
Yes.
Probably quite a good matchup, even against Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, one of those cheeky heroes. And maybe we're going to see a little bit of a lane switch here. Ember Spirit maybe moving to safe lane, and another hero for the mid lane. Nothing really does very, very well against Viper. But, you know, Viper dominates the laning stage and then starts to tail off very quickly. Doom picked up as well by Energy Esports. I wonder who's going to play that. Is it going to be LGP, or we're going to be seeing Eternal NBS safe lane Doom in the hands of Clitsy Bananas? Both are very, very strong possibilities. Zero is also, you know, I think that Zero is one of the more experienced drafters in the country. I mean, he has been playing Dota for ages, but then again, so many people who draft horribly. But Zero's drafts always seem to have such a well-defined early, heavy orientation on the laning stage, like making sure that no matter what happens, your lanes can do okay. And I think the problem in the last game was just the top lane around here getting shut down so much.
The
really didn't cost him, but it was you know, it was a huge issue in how much farm the Doom got.
Absolutely. I like the fact that we're going to see a completely different game going to game 2. We've got the Clockwork pickup as NSD's second pickup, so they're going to most likely put that into the off lane. It is an option for the middle as well, although I imagine that they don't really want to put the Clockwork against the Viper because he'll most likely struggle. So it is, and once again we've got 2 possible mech carriers on Energy Esports, because the Doom has been known to go mech from time to time, and a Viper is a really good mech carrier as well. So Energy Esports are setting themselves up for some team fights.
It depends on what role the Doom is going to be playing. If it's a jungle Doom, it'll be the mech carrier 100%. If it's a safe lane Doom, it'll probably go for that early Midas, maybe into Shadowblade.
Yeah.
And then we'll see the Viper go for the mech. Dota Reno also very, very experienced player, and also one that, you know, if you can see that if the plan was that Doom was going to go for the mech and started tailing off and started getting up to a position where it's too late, he'll say, okay, well, let me get that up. But I think that the strategy here is that the Doom goes for more carry items.
Yeah. I think we're most likely going to see Clitsy Bananas on that Doom with Dota Reno on the Viper. Maybe they want to NSD might switch up their lanes to make sure that the Ember Spirit doesn't face the Viper, in which case eN might also themselves do a counter switch to make sure that the Viper is going to match up. So we might see something like a off-lane Ember Spirit and safe lane Viper. I think the lanes are going to be interesting here regardless, just because of the picks that we have at the moment and what each team is trying to accomplish, because they're definitely going to be wanting to avoid some matchups, even in these opening 4 picks.
This is very
5
interesting.
seconds
The
remaining.
ban of a Luna. I mean, I don't know if there's room in
Reserve
this draft
time.
for a Luna pick by Energy Esports at all. I mean, they could. I mean, okay, so one way in which that could work is they go aggressive tri lane with the Luna, and they play a safe lane Doom and mid Viper, and then they have that kind of wonderful timing in the mid game. But I don't think Doom and Luna like have a incredible synergy along with another semi carry.
Yeah.
So unless we're seeing a support Viper, I don't think that's a possibility. The Lich is banned out.
Dire team
I
pick.
think that's a very fine ban. But maybe this is a situation where we're going to be seeing like a lot of pressure coming from Energy in the mid game, and maybe they're going to go for like a Crystal Maiden, make sure the lanes are very hard for full-on jukes, because Ember Spirit's one of those heroes that can solo turn around the game. Once he has Battle Fury and Desolator, or maybe going for the drum into Desolator build, you know, it's really, really hard for you to push into that. And
5 seconds
I'm not
remaining.
entirely sure what we're going to be seeing coming out of both sides here.
Well, I think the
Reserve
Luna
time.
the Luna may have just been a preventative ban because Ember Spirit and Clockwork are both heroes that like to jump forward into heroes, and Luna is typically perfectly okay with single heroes coming towards her just because she turns around and ulties and pretty much gets the free kills. So I think
Yeah, but Doom is going to doom the Ember Spirit,
Yeah.
and Viper's going to ulti the Clockwork or whatever the carry is. And this has left Visage open. This is a hero that
Radiant's team
Zero,
pick.
huge fan of. A lot of respect for this hero. And given another support... Oh, Abaddon. Okay, here's the massive unbanner
team
coming
pick.
from NSD. I think all the Bravado Blue guys watching this game will definitely be upset by this pick here. We'll have to do a short little poll to see whether they're upset by this.
Stallpole tongue.
But yeah, it's going to be now a lot harder for the Doom and the Viper to just get in there and insta give someone makes the game a lot harder for Visage. They really have to do a good work to shut down this Abaddon.
Yeah, the
5 seconds remaining.
Abaddon is an interesting pick. It gives NSD 3 melee heroes. I suppose Ember Spirit
Reserve time.
is melee, but he spends more of his time standing at the back of battle just spamming his spells more than anything else. But so NSD are definitely going to be looking for some ranged here. And we're going to see a Weaver pickup from Energy Esports. So they've
Radiant's
gone
team
quite a
pick.
greedy lineup with 3 cores in the Weaver, Doom, and Viper, who both need some farm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that we might be seeing safe lane Weaver and we might be seeing that Bush Doom. So just solo support Visage, Viper in the mid, and then last pick an off lane hero. The other option is that we see an aggressive tri lane coming out, but who are we going to see with it? The Weaver is such a weak hero, and going up against Abaddon, I mean, I think that Weaver here was a
5
pick
seconds
as
remaining.
much as it was a ban.
Yeah.
They really don't want to see Weaver alongside Abaddon,
Reserve
so they
time.
said, okay, well, we'll pick Weaver, even if our lanes are a little bit worse. It's a lot better than having them have both Weaver and Abaddon.
May put Klitzy Banana onto the Weaver. I know that he is a good Weaver player. I've seen it, and I remember his Weaver quite distinctly from the Do Gaming Championships last year,
Yeah.
being a big impact on their games. So we'll most likely see Klitzy, I imagine, on that Weaver, which may put the Doom into the bush.
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. I think that we'll probably be seeing LGP playing Doom, if that's the case, and then we'll be seeing Visage Zera.
Yeah.
So the final ban here after NSD pick up their 4th hero has got to be targeted at an offlane hero. If
Yes.
they're going to be running like we predicted. If they're going to be doing something a little bit interesting, maybe like aggressive tri-lane Weaver, Visage plus something. But it's going to be the
Banning
Bristleback
someone now.
Abaddon. So this is massive unbanner coming. The Dazzle ban, I think, 100% required.
Yes.
The team
absolutely.
is banning someone now.
And with one ban left to go by NSD, I'm going to have to quickly pop to close my front door, which is like flapping in the wind.
That's perfectly fine. But so the Dazzle's a really good ban, just because NSD have got 4 melee heroes at the moment. So they're going to be right up at the front of battles, and throwing down a Shadow Heal
5 seconds
or being,
remaining.
plus the minus armor, and the fact that Dazzle can stop heroes from dying, can
Reserve
sway
time.
teamfights in an absolute second. I'm a little bit worried just because Energy Esports have 3 ranged heroes, including the Viper, who's very good at kiting with his slow and his ulti, just slowing down ranged heroes and stopping them from being able to get to him. And sure, the Clockwork has and the Ember Spirit both have the ability to jump in, but you're in an extremely
5 seconds remaining.
melee orientated lineup besides the Ember and Clockwork. Abaddon and Bristleback pretty much have no maneuverability whatsoever, so they're pretty much just going to be running straight at these heroes. And the Venomancer is a good ban from NSD. I'm not sure that Energy Esports would have picked up or are in fact looking for another support hero.
Well, it depends. So if they're playing that safe lane Doom and mid Viper, and they go aggressive tri-lane Visage, Weaver, and Venomancer, then obviously there's like huge potential. But I think what would be quite funny here is if NSD pick a hero that starts with a D, if they picked Dazzle, they would have had A, B, C, D, E. Abaddon, Bristleback, Clockwork, Dazzle, and Ember Spirit. That would have been pretty good. It would have been, A through E.
Are there any E heroes left that they can still do it? Dream lineup, people.
Darkseer?
I suppose we're looking for D. Hey, Darkseer.
Why did you say Tree and Protector? Where did that come from?
Tree and Protector? I did not say Tree and Protector, I promise. No, Darkseer. I said Darkseer is a... Look, we need the D, okay? We need the D.
Are you just saying you need the D? Okay, well, let's just move swiftly along from that.
We need AD, not VD.
We have Energy's last pick here. Going down to the wire, they're going to go Vengeful Spirit, so I think aggressive tri-lane is really where it's at for them right now. I mean, there's no reason, there's no way they can just play solo offlane Doom. But Doom against Bristleback it's not as bad as you'd actually expect, but we'll definitely have to see an early Ring of Protection coming out from Doom, just because of the fact that all of Bristleback's armor, all of its damage is physical, so he starts off with 750 or 800 HP, huge HP, but very low armor, so getting one early armor item, very, very effective in terms of laning presence, and obviously the Ring of Basilius is huge. So Rubik, the final pick, we're going to be seeing a very, very interesting early to mid game if we see another tri-lane.
It is 4 melee and 1 ranged versus 1 melee and 4 ranged. So this is the ultimate
Vlad's game.
The ultimate Vlad's game for NSD, definitely.
Okay, I'll take us through the EN side once more. Well, the Dire side once more. It's going to be Energy Esports in the Dire corner, needing to take this game so as to not lose the series 2-0. They really, really want to push for that third game and at least take a game off NSD, I think, is their real goal here. I mean, I think it would also kind of not justify, they feel happy because BBD Blue took a game off NSD, so they feel that they on a similar level, and they should also. Yeah. But let's take us through the players on the side of EN. We got Brother LGP, the Vengeful Spirit. Clitzy Bananas looking like he's heading towards the top lane. So it's going to be Clitzy Bananas on the Weaver, Dotarina in the mid lane, on the Viper, Pool 1 Tango, Zeros on the Visage, and Random Hero starting out with a magnificent inscribed crown of Omars on the Doombringer.
I was about to say, I really like his Doombringer clown. On the side of NSD, we've got Raping Ninja taking up the Bristleback. So the Bristleback looks like he might be the number 1. We've got Cloud on Clockwork. We have Santo taking up the Ember Spirits. That's going to head on middle. We've got Make My Day on the unmanned Abaddon pick, which leaves Circus Ninja on, who had a hell of a game on Lion, I might say. The previous game on, he's going to be on the Rubik. They haven't left their fountain yet, so I'm not sure what their laning is going to be. I think it's going to be awkward.
I think we're just going to see the Doombringer go straight into mid. I mean, straight into the jungle, and they're going to abandon the offlane.
That is entirely a possibility. Random Hero hasn't picked up any items yet to give away what he's doing.
Yeah, he was the one who asked for the pause, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe he's lagging a little bit. Goodwood / Para having some great internet issues. I'm getting pretty good ping to the server. I'm getting 18 ping to the server.
I'm at 30, a decent 33. Considering that we're about 200 meters away from each other, I call hacks.
Okay, well maybe it's just our ISPs or something. I'm on a terrible ISP called AfriHost that sometimes just lags completely. So
I support the Voldemort of gaming.
Let's not discuss that then. Anyway, so welcome to the Do Gaming League, friends. For those just tuning in, this is Energy Esports up against NSD FoJ, and thank you very much to Telkom powering this league and Aces Sports is sponsoring the league.
And Steel Series, don't forget them. They've recently announced themselves as
Yes. Thanks very much, Steel Series, also joining the fray. And a little bit of interesting positioning here by the eN guys. I don't know if they think that there might be an early rush going on or something. I mean, it would be very, very cheeky if it was.
Just enough time to make a cup of tea.
I suppose NSD have the potential just because they have 4 quite tank melee heroes at level 1.
Well, the thing is just that Bristleback has the goo.
Nasal goo, yeah.
Yeah, so losing 1 armor like continuously is, and like Abaddon to heal, Clockwork to just battery assault. It's like they don't have like a huge amount of damage, but I think that they, as you say, having tank melee heroes and some sort of armor reduction means that you can like start swapping them out and solving up, swapping out, solving up. But they're not going to be doing anything here. Looks like they're going to set up for an early kill on the mid lane, which is going to be the Ember Spirit. Santo standing in the RTZ/Dendi block, Dotarino waiting at the bottom of the ramp for his creeps to get there. So, pulled 2 tangos in the mid lane, and he's also got a cell for himself. Raping Ninja pulled not at all. And we see Clockwork, so we are going to be seeing 3v1, 0v3 here. As Random Hero is actually standing here, so he's going to be playing off-lane Doom in some ways, but he's also going to be, maybe in a dodgy situation if he gets caught out.
Yeah, I think he's just waiting to see what is here before he decides to go into the bush.
Oh, they look like they're going Santo mid. This is a very good decision, I think. We see the level 1 poison attack taken. As soon as the poison attack hit goes on and he knows that he's in trouble, he doesn't have Flame Guard at all. And he second manages to slice a fist to dodge.
Oh wow, what a play from Santo!
Denied.
What a play!
Excellent play there by him, and this is going to really annoy, I think, the supports for BVD. Oh, sorry, for Energy, sorry.
So fast.
Oh wow, I'm just a little bit. I really thought that the eN had gotten first blood there, but Sleight of Fist just doing work.
I think if there was Nether Toxin, then it would have been a kill.
Yeah. If there was a point to Nether Toxin, definitely.
Might have meant like it might have been too much of a slow, so that or lack of slow, so that maybe we didn't see 1 more hit go off. But I think Nether Toxin definitely, maybe not level 1. I mean, how much does it add extra? Like 20 damage or something? 2.5 base bonus damage, so it would have been. Yeah, it actually would have
been enough. Yeah.
But this dual lane mid is going to make it hard for the Ember, especially if Brother LGP just starts denying here as much as he possibly can. And he's also got some support in there. There is a stun magic missile going off here on Santo, but Arena's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to actually have to salve up after another creep or 2.
Yeah, Make My Day just getting some apoptic shields in there. Oh gosh. And almost killing Dotarino actually. There was a lot of damage, and Make My Day is just going to make sure that Santo is still able to farm and keep him healthy as well.
Yeah, despite his name, Make My Day is also known to ruin a lot of games by playing such an effective Abaddon. His
Abaddon is a good one and often makes teams quite angry. It looks like Cloud's going to be in trouble in the top lane. Zero's here, but Cloud's cogs, but he couldn't get up, but he's still going to be fine. Glitzy just back to farming.
Yeah, the early Weaver doesn't do that much damage, like burst damage, but obviously the Zera with his signature Visage can do a very effective job at that. We might see a battery assault now, too close to the creeps. Turning around, getting some harass off Start Shield, just paying for its worth in gold. And Dotarino's got no points up in Corrosa's skin here, so normally if it was just a solo versus solo lane, that would be maybe a 1-pointer at level 3. But he's doing a great job, I think, in harassing here. At the moment, he's sitting at the most creeps in his team, 15 creeps, 9 denies. Most denies in the game, and we do see also that Doom's having quite a tough time here. Only level 3 here.
Santa may be in trouble. There's Avenge coming in with a haste, and it looks like Santa's going to go down here.
Oh, excellent play there. The haste, this is really just punishing the fact that there's no vision on the top rune. So if there was invisibility or haste, it probably would have been a kill.
Yeah, and good work from LGP to to make sure that the stun landed up the hill, to make sure that gets his brother a kill.
Yeah, it must be quite interesting having a hive mind playing in one lane. But he's out of mana right now. He's got a Ring of Aquila up. That's really, really great for this lane over here. Giving the Venge a little bit of extra mana regen as well as himself.
Yeah, Raping Ninja's just had free farm at the bottom. I wonder why Random Hero hasn't decided to go bush. He is getting a couple of creep kills. He's up to 6.
The problem is that like once Goo gets level 2 or 3,
yeah,
he can't stand in the lane. He'll have to always have the TP scroll on himself.
That's the problem that he faces. So it may just be better for him to head off into the bush and try to get as much farm as possible. I
don't know what the joke was about there, but there is a sentry ward here that I think was somehow involved in it. Oh, Chain's coming out here. LGP taking a lot of damage. The aphotic shield, as the courier flies in here, it's going to be a healing cell. And brother LGP moving forward could actually die to aphotic shield. Oh, nice work of the Dota, not getting frauded at all and managing to steal that kill despite MMD's best efforts. I think MMD needs to go base here or needs to start claritying up out of harass range. Like he needs to have mana for both of his spells at all times.
He ran out of mana there, which pretty much made sure that Dotarina could secure the kill. I'm sure that Dotarina was looking at the Abaddon's mana to make sure they didn't have any to save it.
Yeah. The other thing is that Magic 1, for example, in this lane wouldn't be as good just because Viper doesn't really cast spells, Vengeful Spirit casts 1 or 2, so there's no way to somehow gain slight advantage out of this lane. A Ring of Basilius would be nice.
Yeah. I think eN could afford to get some Magic 1s just because there's a lot of spam from the Ember Spirits and the Abaddon.
Level 4 Doom versus a Ember Spirit, so now this is a little bit of a better lane, I think, for old Random here in the bot lane. It's a little bit harder, and we're going to need to see Magic 1s coming up here from both Vengeful Spirit and the Viper. But the issue is that Viper's already committed to a Hand of Midas.
Yeah, Raping Ninja's picked up his Vanguard already, so they're going to really struggle to get him down here in this middle lane, especially with Make My Day standing here.
They're definitely not going to be able to kill him. What they're going to have to do is just try and harass him out of lane as much as they safely can without trading. They can't ever afford to get more than 2 stacks on them. They're going to be in trouble. Paul is getting called up by Random Hero once more. And mic broken.
Standard.
So I know that last night Random Hero was at the wonderful place called Gandalf's, and I think the term is he got wrecked, and and I don't know if he's actually in the best playing state right now.
Yeah, that'd be the polite way to say it. Yeah.
I think that he's a little bit fragile at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he's doing. He did okay in game 1. So, and he's doing fine. Yeah, he has yet to die, and he's catching up a little bit on CS. His Visage has the same amount of CS as he does, though, which is a bit of a problem. Sure, it's inflated because it's neutral creep, but Zero's doing a good job, and he's already level 4 up in this top lane. LGP is actually level 5, so he's doing better than the support that is all farming jungle creep, which is interesting. I suppose the 2 kills in the mid lane help.
I mean, he is the only 2 kills. Santa. Santa is currently crying about the fact that he's only got 10 creeps. It's still more than Random Hero.
He doesn't even know, man. He doesn't even know.
But not by much. Just 1 creep more than Random Hero. Clissy Bananas in the safe lane. I mean, Weaver doesn't hit the hardest. Level 1 Germinate attack isn't amazing when it comes to creeping. But once we see him pick up his trades, I think it'll be just like Rosie in the top lane. He's going for the stock standard build. Zero also. What's he going? Bold Assumption, Grave Chill, the 1-1-1 builds. Well, 1-2-1 now. Raping Ninja standard. Anything anywhere a little bit unconventional? I don't think so. I think everyone's playing as standard as it possibly goes.
It's pretty much stock standard. We've got eN are full up there. We've got 5 pairs of boots at the moment. It's 6 minutes into the game, so they're all booted up. NSD have only got 1 pair of boots. at the moment.
One thing also to notice is that Ember Spirits went Flame Guard, like maxing out Flame Guard.
Yeah.
I think that's currently like not the popular build on Ember Spirits at all. The thing is that against Doom, it's not going to do very much to the actual Doom, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't help against Nether Toxin. The only thing it would have helped against was a Magic Missile rally that came in, because Wave of Terror's HP removal, Viper's Nether Toxin is physical, and the poison attack, I mean, okay, sure, it's a magical attack, but it doesn't actually do extra damage, so like, it wouldn't have negated that at all. It would have negated the Viper strike, but
yeah.
So I don't know if maxing that out was such a good decision. Like, what the pros are currently doing is they're maxing Searing Chains, I think, or with Sleight of Fist as the secondary. So
it's generally the first two spells that are getting maxed out. This what Santos done here is generally what I consider to be the first iteration when he first hit play. This is what the build that people started to use. I think Ferrari used this build quite a lot as well to good effect. Ferrari 430 from IG, but people tend to start maxing Searing Chains now, just because it's a really effective hold that you can cast during Sleight of Fist. As we've got Cloud coming in with a haste, so it looks like they're going to try and get a kill back here on the middle lane, but he's just passing through. Yeah.
Oh, Viper Strike gets thrown off on some Azzy's bot lane.
Dire's middle tower is under
It'll
attack.
do some good damage, but it's not actually going to be good enough, really. We need Vengeful Spirit to hit 6 before any chance of there being aggression in the mid lane. The problem is Abaddon's always there, so the Venge swap stun.
Random heroes might be oh. Cloud did come down bottom and caught Random Hero with the battery assault, but didn't manage to get him in the cogs in time.
Oh, Dotarina walking forward there just to get off a single little bit of Midas action, but taking a lot of damage for doing that. I think this is Magic Wand time, friends. He has the Magic Wand coming up for him. And Vengeful Spirit's just going to have to walk home. He's quite poor at the moment. So maybe a Magic Wand and a TP Scroll for good measure.
Yeah, Clouds is just
Dink 6.
Trying to dink 6, and it looks like he might want to go again on Random Hero.
Yeah,
I think they want to make sure that they want to
could be a kill.
Get him dead before he hits level 6, yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is that we do see kind of the more classic Doom build here, maxing Devour, Scorched Earth onto 2. He has a weird spell, Thunderclap, and not really the best spell. I think he could have just made so much more out of this game if he just went into the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, he's picking up a couple of creeps now. The creeps have just been sitting back in his tower, so he's managed to get two last hits from that wave. So he's picking up the occasional creeps in.
Less than a Rubik, really. But he is devouring, so
yeah,
it does get some good gold. Oh, Hook just barely skirting the sides of Viper. And that would have been, I think, a very, very interesting situation had that happened. Because Vengeful Spirit is, here and ready waiting, but doesn't have a TP scroll, so neither does Random Hero, neither does Zero, so there would have been no, real response from anyone.
Well, it looks like LGP just went undercover smoke, and it looks like him and Random Hero is just who managed to pick up his level 6 now. It looks like they're going to go for a kill. It looks like they want to pick up Santo. The Doom is going to go off. LGP comes in, but he's too far away. Circus Ninja's got to pick him up and just drop him straight there. So Circus Ninja may be in trouble here if LGP manages to run.
The hull comes through, but there's no stun, and NSD very lucky. I think if we saw LGP playing a little bit more safe here, moving around the side, could have actually done a lot better.
I think Random Hero just maybe needed to wait another second before casting that Doom, just because he sort of gave away the intention of what he was trying to do before LGP managed to get close enough.
Stun going off here onto Santo, dropping up the flame shield. Now moving forward, Searing Chain's doing a lot of damage. I think they just punch him to death here. Oh, 1 hit, 2 hit, gonna go to his replicant, but there's no level death at all here. If he had just one level of level death, it would have been easiest kill of his life. I mean, would have been on multiplier as well.
Yeah. Unfortunate for him, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. eN are still doing fine in this game, though. Stays up 2 kills to 0.
Just should use Viper Strike here. It's got an 80-second cooldown. If you just cast on Rapping Ninja, by the time it's cooldown, it'll be the level 2 version. Just to try harass him out of the lane a little bit.
Yeah, he's not really struggling with mana, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a situation where it could do some nice harass. It probably won't make a kill though, but it could do some nice harass, yeah.
It's not even about making a kill at this stage. It's more about trying to get trying to get Raving Ninja to fear for his life even a little bit. It's more mental thing than anything else.
I'm not like 100% opposed to what Dodorino's doing here. Just, you know, standing back and farming. And we see Clockwork maybe moving in towards the mid lane. Maybe this is what Dodorino's afraid of here. Also known as Shanks. And there's a DD rune up on Bristleback. Clockwork's looking for a hook angle here.
Yeah, he definitely wants to. They definitely want to try bring down this this Viper. They know that he's going to minus, and that he's been using it quite frequently. So
yeah, let's change over to net worth now. It's kind of at that stage of the game. Net worth going the way of in total going the way of eN by quite a lot actually. Klitzy Bananas and Dotarino just farming, like having a great time here. They're currently sitting at 1 and 3, and also 4 due to the Devour.
Yeah, the Doom surprisingly doing quite well considering that
it's Devour. Like
yeah,
it means you can completely lose your lane and like have less creeps in the enemy, but you can still have high net worth.
I think the big factor here is Klitzy Banana, who's been completely left in this top lane.
That's like a mistake. Klitzy Banana is one of the type of players that you just like. It's like playing when you're playing against Navi, you gun Dandy. When you're playing against eN, gunning Klitzy Bananas is generally the best way. Like making his early laning stage bad, like really has like a psychological effect on him.
And even in the old eN lineup, that was still one of eN's main weaknesses, was the fact that if you shut down Klitzy Bananas, things tended to fall apart. But in this new lineup, it's Klitzy Bananas is still doing what he does best and farming away. And he's proven that this is time and time again that you can't let Klitzy Bananas farm, because he just turns games around time and time again, especially on heroes like Lifesteal and Legs.
Abaddon's got 6, so I think that this is a situation where Doom is no longer a very effective spell. They're gonna have to Doom. I think they're gonna have to just go on the Rubik every time. Just make sure the Rubik dies first, get Doom on him, and then swap stun like something else, like maybe the Abaddon. Killing the support is a lot easier in this game. The other option is to just Doom the Abaddon and then go on the Ember Spirits.
If worst comes to worst, they can Doom the Bristleback just to make sure that because Bristleback gets stopped when it's under Doom, so just to stop him from outputting that teamfight damage, so that they can actually get some heroes down and not have the Bristleback wailing on them continually. So that might be an option if they need it as well.
Weaver's got enough for his perseverance. He's actually 1,200 gold away from finishing off his
Lincoln's,
his Lincoln Sphere. Yeah, that's pretty good. Going to be pretty good timing actually. And the Visage Birds, I really like this play over here by Zero. The Visage Birds on the mid lane, they're just here to provide a little bit of cover. If Clockwork hooks in, it's a very easy stun for them. If there's an engagement, Viper Strike as well as like makes it easy for the stuns to come in. But Raving Ninja, look at the items he's going for here. Oh, they do physical damage. Oh, it gets one bird before it hits the ground here.
Yeah, that hood pickup is going to make life even harder for Dotarino to try and get a kill. And it looks like Raving Ninja's actually just going to pick up the other Revenant. Oh, they got resummoned, so...
Resummoned by Zero. Nice play there. Doesn't want to give 100 gold away.
No support player does.
And we see that LGP is having to play quite like a babysitter role, both for mid and for bot here. I don't know if I agree with this build. Not maxing Magic Missile is not necessarily the best idea at all here. The stun scales up only by a tiny amount, 0.1 seconds per level. The damage scales up by quite a good amount, 75 per level. But the issue is just that Vengeance Aura and Wave of Terror would help us to
middle tower. Everyone, go now!
I absolutely agree with you. I think if the Magic Missile, sure, the damage is great, but I think it's way more important at this stage to get that extra minus. So Clockwork's going to hook onto the Vengeful Spirit. LGP gets stunned, but he may be in some trouble. It looks like he's going to go down. He swaps his brother, but is it going to be worth it? Dotarino's now in trouble. He's going to take down Cloud, but Raving Ninja's doing a lot of damage in this fight. He's just casting away. He doesn't have that much mana left. He's still got a couple of quills in it. He's going to take down Blizzard. Zero's in trouble now. They're all just running away from this Bristleback. Bristleback is just doing too much damage, and he's quite tanky. He's just going to run away.
And meanwhile in the bot lane, Doom gets caught out, so Clitsy Bananas comes all the way across the map for pretty much nothing. He's going to try to defend
That bottom
Bot's
tower you
tier
bad
2
dudes had
tower,
was
but
crap anyway, don't
you know,
sweat it. Dire's
Yeah.
middle tower is
a
under
bit of an
attack.
interesting situation
Hey,
here. Going
forget
on
about
to
it.
Bristleback at this stage is just not a good idea. It's going to be hard all game for people to go on the Bristleback. Like Clitsy Bananas, it's going to be so hard for him to get into a position where he doesn't have DPS to kill the Bristleback and not die to someone.
Yeah. And Bristleback's actually just buying time for Santo to get up some farm. He's now fourth in the net worth.
He's got
So-
his drums up.
And he's picked up his drums, so he may be a little bit behind in terms of net worth, but he's doing an admirable job at the moment in catching up.
And now Clitsy Bananas moving into the bot lane. He's got Lincoln's Spear up. I think that Lincoln's is a pretty horrible item in this game. I mean,
What is he blocking?
That's the thing, is he's blocking like lift. It doesn't block the clockwork hook.
Yeah.
It doesn't block, like, it blocks one goo. Like, that's really what we're considering here. Oh, Clitsy Bananas in a lot of trouble. The courier's going to take the fall here. Does get brought down. That was horrible play. LGP gets a double damage rune, and Clitsy Bananas does manage to escape, but, you know, using the courier really for that.
Definitely not worth it, I don't think.
Shard's going to take the fall here. So, yeah, I'm really perplexed about why he would want to get the courier to deliver his items when he's so far up. Oh,
What?
Bristleback here.
What was it delivering?
It was delivering his Lincoln's recipe.
Ah, I see. Yeah, they're just Ian's having to commit more and more heroes to Raping Ninja, who's sitting here 1v4 against the side of Ian.
Oh,
But
the
look-
swarm coming out from Circus Ninja here. They're going to have to all get back, actually, and start clearing off those bugs when they can. Oh, one bird just gets picked up by Raping Ninja. This is so hard for them to try deal with the Bristleback. It's just the reason that the hero is so good is that he takes so much to be committed to shutting him down.
Yeah, and it looks like that Viper's just going to be going for a carry build. There's no mech in sight. It looks like he's building towards his Yasha. And the Buckler's
Aghanim
up.
Scepter. He's going Aghanim
Aghanim Scepter, sorry. Buckler's up on Doom, so he's going to be going for quite a late mech actually.
Yeah, it's just mainly because the Doom was playing in that off-lane role,
Yeah.
and as opposed to like a jungle core role.
I think against Ember Spirit and heroes like Bristleback, I think a mech is something that you have to prioritize quite highly, just because it stops your supports from dying almost instantly to things like the Bristleback, and also gives your core heroes some.
Like mech does help, but I think that Bristleback's going to be for at least the next 10 minutes is going to be one of those. If he goos you, you have to cast TP scroll.
Yeah, you have to cast TP scroll, otherwise he's going to murder your face. He's sitting at 3k gold, by the way, so.
Yeah, he's taken over at of first place. Let's have a look at how that affects the overall gold situation.
Everyone, go!
Only 1,000 now towards energy after those series of plays there. I think it's also the mid tower at the 2 towers down for Ian and none down for. Sorry, only one down for NSD. So that's 1,000 gold that swung back that way. That's really where like most of this chunk that's changed has can be attributed to. I think we need to see Santa get shut down a little bit more though. As you say, he had quite a lot of time to just farm here.
Yeah, and he's now almost up to the Weaver net worth, so where he was way down amongst the support.
Into Santa. And Ember's moving forward. He's going to try to do something. I think that this is the perfect time for Dota Arena to actually start turning this around. Clockwork gets hooked. Cogs come forward here. Now some nice stuns. Zero is showing off his micro from the StarCraft days. And Weaver does pick up a good spell here. Weaver picks up the Magnificent Viper Strike. Always a spell he's going to get. Doom goes on to Raping Ninja. He's in a little bit of trouble. Make My Day is keeping him alive while popping his ulti. Swap back. Raping Ninja's doomed up. They're going to bring down Raping Ninja, and they're going to get Abaddon. Huge plays by Energy Esports, taking down 4 heroes. And they're going to get the bottom tower out of this. This was a wonderful series of plays by them. And there's no push anywhere else by FoJ trying to take another tower or getting something out of it. It was just a pure loss.
Yeah, that was really well played from Ian. Looked like they may have been in trouble for a second, but they just turned around and some good communication coming up from their side just to turn around and absolutely give the Rubik and get that Doom onto the Bristleback before he could accomplish anything in that teamfight. And they immediately just turned around and brought him down.
So the thing is that just Santo, as soon as Santo TP'd out, they knew it was a good decision to go. And we're going to see a rush come out of this. So, Santo throwing the fire elemental into the pit. He's going to try to do some damage to Zero. Zero's going to slow him, maybe quite aggressively here. Going to be able to do something here, but here comes the Doom. Doom doesn't have his signature spell for a couple of seconds here. So Santo's just trying to delay this. He knows he's just going to be delaying this as much as possible. And Santo's having to throw a fire elemental on the hill. I don't know where that would actually go. He's going to go zip both ways. The Weaver bug is going to scout him out, but Abaddon's there to save him up.
Yeah, there was nothing that he could really do to stop that rush, and unfortunately his fire remnants wasn't close enough for him to going to be able to steal that steal the rush. So he was just trying to buy as much time as possible.
Yeah, Bristleback needs to get his next item up here. Here's that mech that you were talking about on the Doombringer finishing up. The Raping Ninja's got 3k, and what's he going to get? Is he going to go the AC? I mean, as stated earlier, this cools off physical damage, so they do benefit from negative armor auras and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's really worth it for him to finish the pipe in the stage. I mean, there's not that much magic damage coming up from...
Yeah.
So I think it would be better, maybe even... He may just want to tank up more, go look for something for a heart. He may pick up something like Booted Travels, just to make himself a little bit more mobile. But I think he needs another core item here, something like a heart or Cuirass, just to make sure that he doesn't go down as easily, even if they doom him.
And meanwhile, Klitzy's picked up an item here. It's the beginning of a Desolator. Could be BKB, but against this lineup, I think Desolator just makes the most sense. Look how much damage Klitzy Bananas is taking. And he pops his Lincoln Sphere just with one simple goo. They're trying to go on Klitzy here. Klitzy's taking a lot of damage. He's actually going to possibly just straight away just peg off. We have a TP scroll here, and Raping Ninja's taking a lot of damage here. He's getting caught. The medallion's up. Zero's, like, the medallion is just ridiculous in this situation. Klitzy Bananas could die here as well.
Oh!
Last second, one more single.
There's action middle happening at the moment. Donarena's been doomed.
That's a twofer.
It looks like the two support heroes are going to try to take down, and they're going to go down. They take down the Doom and the Viper middle. It looks like LGP's going to get out.
How did that happen? I mean,
Action happening all around. Yo.
They got the Ember Spirit, so it was an Ember for a Viper trade. But Doom dying as well is not the best of times. Clockwork was definitely involved in that as well.
Yeah,
it was also, like, once again, the power of the bog. Even though he died like 2v1, he nearly he got a kill on the Visage, nearly got a kill also on the Weaver, and at the same time it allowed his team to fight 4v3 in another lane. So that's just the incredibly powerful hero.
Are we going to see... He has picked up a Sacred Relic on the Bristleback. I would be interested to point that.
Yeah, so he's going Radiance build. I mean, that's very, very fine against the builds that we see here coming out. I think the biggest issue really in team fights for Weaver is going to be a situation if Rubik dooms him.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, Rubik's always going to be able to Viper strike someone. Because there's nothing else that Viper can cast.
Yeah. Looks like Raping Ninja's going to be in trouble here. There's three heroes middle. Dotarino, LGP, and Zero are just wailing away, and they're going to pick up another kill. That's Raping Ninja goes down again.
I'm not really a fan of first item Aghanim Scepter on Viper, but that said, this is showing to be very, very effective at bringing down that Bristleback. The thing is it going to be effective enough to bring down the Ember Spirit? Currently looking pretty at 2,200 gold. He's going to have his Demon Edge up in no time at all. Just two or three creeps and he's got it. Yeah,
the Ember Spirit is trying as hard as he can just to keep up with everyone else in terms of farm. He's falling a little bit behind. He's just a little bit sitting in 5th position now. The Doom has managed to catch up. He's got his mech and he's got a plate mail and 1,800 gold, so he might be looking towards a Cuirass or a Shivers in the near future. I think either one is pretty good actually. The minus armor from the Cuirass will be equally good for random hero as is the Shivers. I think
it also makes him his whole team more tank against the Bristleback.
Yeah. So. As well as the additional minus armor coming out from Klitzy Bananas, the Vengeful Spirit, and the Cuirass will be significant. Yeah.
I think he's going to be going Shivas though, because that's what his team's told him to get.
Okay.
I think that in his current vegetative states, he's listening to his team.
a wise decision from random hero. Yeah. We've seen a Crystallis pick up on Ember Spirit, so he didn't decide to go for that damage and decides to try to get some crits.
That's interesting.
Crits in his stead, yeah.
Well, I mean, crits. Oh, he gets Blink Dagger. Oh, the hook. Going forward onto Brother Dylan, Brother LGP, getting bounced out. LGP could be a little bit of safety here. The Doom was still The swap is going to come forward here, and maybe we're going to have to see a deny here. Nice. Maybe. No, we're not. 2 heroes going to die. Here comes Clitsy Bananas. He's doing some good work here. Moving forward, trying to bring down Circus Freak. Does actually bring him down. The time lapse back. Doom's in the fray. Doesn't really want to Doom, but he has popped off that Doom on Raping Ninja. And Abaddon's popping out some shells of justice. They're going to go forward here. They're trying to bring down the bugs that are on top of Raping Ninja. Clitsy Bananas is going to hunt him down here. And this is going to be the death of Raping Ninja before he gets off his Radiance. And Doom coming forward, nice body block by Random Hero. And he's going to try swing to get the kill. Abaddon trying to heal to save. Abaddon's now in trouble. His ulti though hasn't popped. This could be a good turnaround for him. Clitsy Bananas is in a little bit of trouble possibly here. But he mans up, gets an ultra kill, and out of tower range, he's in safety.
Clitsy had the Aegis there, so he wasn't that worried.
He wouldn't want to have popped it, just,
yeah.
I mean,
Green Dude's top thing is about to get knocked over.
And we see that Doom blinks away to safety.
Zero in the meantime is doing an AoE 2000 and pushing the top lane with his push. Oh, Clitsy Banana gets close. Santos coming into help, and LGB comes and gets done, and Santos just gonna turn around and die.
Incredible series of plays and feeds there. But in true AoE style, Zero is going to get brought down here just before he would be able to buy an item as well, losing 300 gold.
Tower is under attack. Oh man, this is totally hard.
So eN are actually pulling things away here. If we look at the gold and XP graph, it's now 6,000 gold in favour of eN, and the XP graph is an entirely different story. We're heading up towards 15,000 advantage for Energy Esports. And they have got up almost all their core items on their heroes and are now just farming stuff for laughs. I mean, Vengeful Spirits even managed to pick up a Vitality Booster and a 4-staff on her, so she's doing just fine.
Yeah, but raw HP is very, very effective, but so at the same time, so like against the type of build that we see coming out here by the NSD guys, like physical damage is where you want to be at. All of their spells are huge physical damage. Rubik has a little bit of magic, Clock has a little bit of magic, Abaddon's got a little bit of magic, but I mean, it's primarily physical damage. So getting up vitality boosters and a little bit of armor for the team, maybe a Vlad's on someone, would be very, very good at in terms of effective HP in team fights. He has that Radiance, by the way, on Bristleback, so even more of a priority right now.
We've got LGP and Random Heroes scouting up towards the Radiant Secret Shop here under cover of smoke. They're looking for a hero to pick off up on this top lane. NSD Cloud is actually just going to stack. He's stacking these Ancients. So he's not going to get spotted off, but it looks like Circus Ninja is about to get spotted out, and he's going to be an instant kill.
Yeah, just popping him off. Clockwork Cook misses completely there. I think that was actually pretty good. Cloud would have just died with for nothing really.
Green Dude's top thing is about to
I think it was probably for the best that he missed that hook. It saved his own life. He tries to get a deny in the tower. Clitsy Bananas manages to get the last hit. He's got a Desolator under his belt now with 3,000 gold to boot. So he may be looking to pick up another item.
This is very interesting here. And for those astute viewers, the Doom tooltip says that it does magical damage, but it actually does universal damage. So that isn't negated by like anything else, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's at all affected by the bristleback effect, but in any case, dooming someone means that the bristleback effect doesn't work. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it isn't reduced by Hood at all, whereas other magical damage is reduced by Hood.
Yeah, Doom. I think Doom is a special spell because it shuts down a whole bunch of passive auras, including Bristleback.
And evasion.
Yeah, and evasion. PA's evasion, for example. So it's really good in shutting down those kind of.
It's like the best single target killing spell there is. Oh, this is interesting here. We saw a nice series of stacks coming out by NSD FoJ on the Ancients, but they didn't ward it up. So it's just getting snapped off here by Clitsy Bananas, who's going for what looks like a heart. I mean, he won't be going satanic, but he's just managing to scout it out and take it down. So I guess this is great awareness of the map. Great, sometimes you just.
Zero's about to get killed here at bottom.
He's Bristleback and Cloud. One thing positive out of that, he would have scouted out the Radiance.
Yeah.
Bristleback.
got another 2,000 gold up on the Ember Spirit, so he's probably working towards his Daedalus, and he's about 1,500 off it or so.
I'm not a fan of Daedalus straight off the drum. I generally prefer the Desolator. I mean, it's like the most effective damage that you can get in the game.
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of options. If you really are struggling, I have seen people like Ferrari go even for drum into Maelstrom before they decide to go for Battlefield or Desolator.
Quite funny in that all of the hits have a chance to profit.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why can be quite good. It's still quite situational though, because sometimes you get those procs and sometimes you don't. In which case, sometimes you do a lot of damage and sometimes you do absolutely none at all.
I guess the similar situation with Daedalus though.
Yeah.
And we see that the Vengeful Spirit is not juking us, he's actually going for the Rod of Aoi. So he's going to be getting up the Rod of Atos, I guess.
The Rod of AUI.
Yeah. And Zero's looking quite good in terms of items himself. It's going to be quite a late Aghanim Scepter from him, but it is going to come sooner or later, probably in the next 5 or 6 minutes. He's just one piece away from finishing that off.
We now have 2 Hearts of Tarusts up for... Klitzy Bananas has got his recipe, and I believe the courier is on his way to bring him his heart, and Viper's managed to pick up a heart in the meantime as well, so he's sitting at 2,800 life, and he's going to be...
It is the best item though.
Yeah.
Klitzy moving quite aggressively here. Still has that ages for a short period of time.
And he's got a heart as well now, so he's going to regen no problem.
Well, not with Clockwork Hooks coming forward on him. They look like they're going to go on Raping Ninja. Here comes some... Oh, Clockwork Hooks in. It hits a creep. Clockwork should just get down here. This is a free kill. He's moved in so aggressively. And now Circus Ninja, who's got the Weaver spells of Justice, swap. Coming back. Raping Ninja going to get brought down. Or is he? Get Abaddon shielded up. And over the Abaddon shield we see the Viper Strike once more. But mid tower is just getting sieged up here. Brother LGP has enough actually for his Rod of Aoi now. And LGP is going to just die here. He got caught in a very, very awkward situation. Santo getting stunned up. His Doom going into Santo. Random Hero's taking a lot of damage as well. He pops the Shivas. Raping Ninja's having to run away. He's going to get brought down. Make My Day still hasn't had his ulti pop, so he should be fine. Or is he going to be fine as he runs high ground? Lincoln Sphere doing some good work there. A 4-for-1 top trade. You can see that Energy going to take the mid tower out of this as well. LGP just unlucky there. The situation he had to walk in such an awkward angle.
Yeah, he was just a little bit out of position and paid the ultimate price, but I actually think it went in. Him pulling them into that choke point was extremely good for eN, because they just turned around and gibbed Santa as he tried to run forward to take care of the bench.
Doom on him though. I mean, in previous fights they popped Doom on Raping Ninja.
But they didn't even need the Doom on Raping Ninja to bring him down, so...
Yeah, but I mean, that was mainly because he got quite aggressive after the kill. If they got the kill on LGP and walked back, it would have been a 1-for-1 trade, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Rock it on!
So NSD are holding on by a tooth here. I mean, the golden XP graphs are getting completely out of control. They're almost at 20,000 each between XP and gold. So they're holding on by a thread here. We do see some items still coming up. Santo managed to pick up his Breeze during the middle of that fight. He doesn't have gold for buyback, which is a little bit worrying, but it looks like he's going to try push this T1 while eN are looking to push the bottom beat T2. And I'm not sure that there's anything that NSD are going to be able to do about eN taking this bottom T2 tower. Raping Ninja is here, and he's going to get rid of the Klitzy Bananas linkage, but from there it's going to be a little bit of a worry. Klitzy Bananas coming in, he's going to try to kill Circus Ninja. Circus Ninja is taking a lot of damage. He gets healed by Make My Day, who pops the mech, but it's not going to be good enough. So that's the Rubik down for 48 seconds. So Doom has no problem coming to a T5 and throwing off his Doom. Yeah, he's got a Blink Dagger, Shivas, and a mech. So he's going to be ready to just jump in and start throwing down some pain.
Yeah, the thing is that I think time lapse also, this is another little interesting thing. I don't think time lapse resets the number of stacks that you have. Oh, they're going in, they're going to bring down Clockwork straight away. Klitzy Bananas going balls to the walls. He's still got ages for a few seconds. I don't know how much longer there is left on it. I think he's going to die here though. And Santo's going to get healed up as he manages to sneak away there. But Make My Day pops his ulti, and Random here is now a little bit overextended. Buyback from Racing Ninja. They're going on Racing Ninja. The outrun of Random here gets forced off. Gonna live on the side here, and Racing Ninja's gonna take the fall if there's enough damage coming forward here, which there is gonna be. Zero is sealing the deal, but everyone's so low. And the GG gets called out by Racing Ninja here. And it's gonna be 1-1, so Energy Esports bring it back. And putting all the pressure on game number 3 here.
We're going into game number 3.
I think this is the result that like a lot of, well, this is a situation that a lot of people expected or wanted, but they didn't. Sorry, wanted but didn't expect. I think everyone was kind of thinking, oh, eN a little bit out of practice at the moment. Their synergy in previous weeks hasn't been very good, but just coming together here, Clitsy Bananas and Dota Reno just crushing 10-0 and 11-2. LVP played pretty well, didn't feed very hard, and it all came together really.
Absolutely, they just nickel and dimed NSD until they had all items and NSD were left wanting. So this is definitely going to be an exciting game 3. I can't wait.
No Podem equals energy victory, or is it going to be a situation of just strong lanes? Well, we'll be back in a few minutes for game number 3 of this best of 3, the final decider between NSD and eN, part of the Do Gaming League, powered by Telkom, sponsored by Asus, as well as Steel Series. Check you guys in a few minutes.